this is Sharon, otherwise known as Simply Rest on Twitter. Been invited to do a video about something that I feel quite strongly about in the therapy world. And for me, it really is the cost of training and how that impacts on people from disadvantaged backgrounds, in some cases not even being able to think about training to be counsellors. I know that the BACP have started to do some bursaries for people from black and minority groups, which I think is absolutely great. I think there's about 5 of them. So whilst that's great, that's not enough. And speaking as a working class woman, the only reason that I really was able to train as a counsellor was because of some inheritance that came at about the time that I was becoming interested in training. Without that, I don't think I could even have thought about starting to train. And there's a lot of talk about the counselling profession representing everybody in our society. Now, our society is a multicultural society, and yet when you look at the general stereotype of a counsellor or a therapist, they tend to be white, female, possibly middle-aged. And whilst, that is a demographic that needs to be represented, it's rather overrepresented. And I just don't sort of understand why we are making it so expensive for people to do. We don't want it to be a profession, at least I don't want it to be a profession that's full of middle-aged, middle-class women. No offence, I'm a middle-aged woman virtually myself, but we want it to be reflective of the society in which we live, which is black, which is white, which is Asian, which is European, which is male, which is transgender, which is gay. We really need to be representing what's out there, and the costs are so prohibitive that, as I say, I don't know how I would ever have been able to afford to do it. In fact, I wouldn't have been able to. Because if you think with the fact that some of the training is sort of assuming that people have already got degrees, and if they have already got degrees, for starters, they probably cannot get extra money to then do some more training. And sometimes even the introductory courses and the certificate courses, they are not funded by anything other than, self-finance. And then, of course, once people actually, if they have enough money to do those things and to get on those courses, then often they've got all the books to pay for, which are really expensive, and now much more of a trend of placements, people having to pay to be on a placement. I mean, the first time I heard about that, I thought that must be science fiction, but no. Why should people who are training have to pay for the luxury, the privilege of doing a placement, which is something that they have to do in order to be fully qualified as a counsellor? So, I think it's time for all the membership bodies to really come together and look at the prices of training and see how they can help people and make it so it is a completely diverse and multicultural workforce for a diverse and multicultural country and profession. Thanks.